InfoGPS solves a pretty specific problem at its core, and that is, where is the data that I take from my customers in the course of doing business right now? On what PC is it on what laptop is it on, has it left my building? That very specific problem. Again, a simple question, very, very difficult for people to answer. So we solve that exact problem. We will tell you to the record level, to the detail level, exactly where this information is that you're supposed to protect. So imagine the Secret Service trying to protect the president if they didn't know where he was, right? And that's the life of a risk professional in information systems, is you're trying to protect information that you cannot identify where it's at. That's exactly what we do. The idea for InfoGPS came out of a career need. So I've spent about 20 years in the profession of trying to help organizations protect the consumer data that they take in the course of doing business. And that brings, a couple of responsibilities with it. One being the ability to even know where that data is. And that's a very simple question, and it's extremely hard to do, and therefore most companies can't do it. And the second is that once that evaluation is done, our job is to present in a business fashion how the organization sits and is managing or mitigating that risk, to avoid any undue threats. So our journey into the support network in Northeast Ohio and how we identified and began to use resources to help us take the next steps we didn't know that we needed to take at the time started out with just a basics exercise of, and one of the biggest learning experiences of this for me personally is we didn't know what ecosystem was available. So when the idea was thought up, the aha moment, we didn't know, listen, let's walk down the street, knock on the door and go talk to Dave, and Dave's in the network. Through my prior experiences, we have been contacted by a member of the JumpStart network, and that would be YBI, Youngstown Business Incubator. And so I knew Jim Kostler. And so my first step was to go down and talk to Jim and say, this is what we want to do, what do you think? And at the time we were really early, and so we did that same exercise with a number of incubators, and we found a lot of receptiveness in our initial kick from Braintree Business Development Center with Mr. Bob Cohen in Mansfield. And we've been a tenant in that Mansfield office and now the North Canton office for just about 2.5 years. Braintree gave us kind of the next steps, right? What happens after we sit down and we formally start this exercise, and introduced us into a couple of pitch events, one being Sundown Rundown, another being Akron Archangels. And we earned our first investment from the Sundown Rundown 5-minute pitch over burger and beers. And that officially started our company. We were funded and we could build the software we wanted to build. From there, we were introduced to Lorraine Community College and the Glide Innovation Fund, and were successful in receiving a few of their grants, both A and B. And then at the same time, we're introduced to George Buzzy, a former entrepreneur in residence for JumpStart, and eventually through Gene Groyce and now through John Grimm. So we have had a lot of help and have a lot of conversations with people in the JumpStart network, and functionally we would not have been here and wouldn't be where we are today without that advice.